everybody, it's Jesse, and day 3 of E3 is over. We started the day awesomely and ended the day awesomely, and everything in between was awesome. What an amazing day. I can't even begin to tell you, so let's start by trying. The first thing we did bright and early was go to Nintendo to play some Zelda. Their booth was so cool. You first entered after viewing a small cinematic through like a entrance gateway thing that opened up in a wall. It was so cool. And then you were in Hyrule, and there was moblins running around and a bunch of women directing you to play games very much like Hyrule. So after taking my picture with all of that, I then got to sit down and play the game. Where do I even start with this? It is so beautiful and so much fun to play. It's amazing. It might be the hypest thing at E3. Every person I know who was there was blown away by it. I was blown away by it. I already have my theories about the story. I'm not going to get into it, but I'm telling you, this is going to be the game that ties all the Zelda stories together. Anyway, at its core, the new Zelda is basically like Nintendo throwing Link into an open world very similar to something like Skyrim or Witcher, and then adding the towers from Ubisoft games that reveal hidden parts of the map. From what I was told, it's so open world that you can go straight from the beginning of the game to the final boss fight, just walk there, and if you want, try and beat him. I know a lot of speedrunners will. Link has different clothes, weapons, items, crafting abilities. All of it's really fun to mess with. And depending on what you're wearing, things change. So if you're wearing a light garment in the cold, you'll shiver. Or if you don't have shoes on and you kick a chest, you'll hurt your toe. There's so much silliness in this game. It's great. It has that thing that I think all Zelda fans wanted, but also the Nintendo charm that kids will love as well. You can hack down trees with anything. But a sword's going to take more damage than an axe, for instance. You can make a fire and then cook over it and grill some food. But if you find a pot, you can then throw all the ingredients in and create a new recipe. Link can climb, ride his shield down mountains, float through the sky, move rocks, even shoot an arrow through a campfire and light a nearby pile of sticks ablaze. When we finally got a chance to look at the map, it was huge. The area that we could see visibly was only a little part of what was actually the entire world. And that blew me away. I'm so excited to explore all of it. I'm having Witcher flashbacks where I'm like, oh no, this might not be a game to Let's Play, but I'll definitely stream it. The combat was fluid and fun, and you could do everything from stalk your prey to jump in like a crazy man. At one point I was trying to hunt some boar, and I had the amiibo for Wolf Link on, and I thought I was doing great. I thought I was tracking this boar, and I was hunting, I was going to get it, and then Wolf Link just jumped in and attacked it. I was like, no! That was fun, and I can't even say all the amazing fun things about this game, but I will leave you with this.
Yeah, there's what I wanted to head to.
It is. So like it gets kind of
Nope, still.
and it gets kind of
Good ride.
I got there and I was like,
And I'm getting so many things. All of these. I just took the man's arm.
yeah. Yeah.
Be careful. So it'll explain it in the second part of the demo, but you jump down there.
You died.
Yes.
Your life
So you're
ends.
gonna need some special equipment to make it across.
Can I? It's gotta be secret, right? The secret of the wall.
Jesse!
That's what I wanted to do. It just happened. I got very excited.
What did she just say?
Alright, and that's the end of the
The next game is a game that is without a doubt the cutest and silliest game I have played this year. It's called Loot Rascals, and is a roguelite where you're basically a spaceman stranded on a strange planet, and your goal is just to get home. Every move is a turn, and when you move, enemies move, and you kind of need to plan stuff out because there's a day-night cycle, and sometimes enemies attack you first during the day, but you attack them first at night, that kind of thing. So you have to wait, know when to attack, when to move, when to hide. All of that can make a difference whether you live or die. The art style is amazingly silly, from the character you play to all the enemies you try to fight. There are rewards for combat and exploration in the form of cards, which you can then equip, and the cards have features like gives you +1 damage, but also things like +1 if in top row, or +2 to the card on the right, things like that. So you need to know where to put them optimally in your inventory in order to have the best build for this run you're going to do. Then you can find augments for the cards. They could be something like an ice ray, for instance, or a flame shooter, and these can be used periodically to fight off aliens as well. It's super silly, it's super fun. I only got to play like 10 minutes. I wish I played more, because this is like high quality streamer stuff. If you're a streamer, this game is probably something you're going to want to pick up. The next game I played was a stealth assassin game where you use shadows to cover your moves called Aragami. If you like Tenchu and you're a fan of that, you are going to love this. This is your jam. It's got that gigantic style, minimalist graphics, and a single player or co-op story. And the basic gist is, a magical girl has been kidnapped by an army of light and raised you back from the dead to save her. Your powers include teleportation, shadow casting, killing with shadows, etc. You can summon creatures from the shadows to slay dudes. It's awesome. But, of course, all of it has to be done quietly. If you're detected by the Light Warriors, they have weapons that will shoot rays of light at you and one-shot you. Luckily, you can pretty much go anywhere where there is a shadow to avoid them, and because you can create shadows, the level design is limitless. You can go above them, you can go around them, you can sneak all over the place. It's awesome. It looks wonderful, it controls wonderful, which is great in a game where you have to, cast shadows, warp to those shadows, murder dudes through the shadows, all while sneaking. I enjoyed the hell out of this. Next is a game called Dropzone. It is a 1v1 RTS MOBA hybrid with 15-minute battles. That's how I'm going to describe it. You may ask, how do these two combine? Well, each player controls 3 units. In the map we played, you not only had to score points by attacking alien nests and delivering orbs to a center area, but you also had mini objectives for points and an enemy player to contend with who's also trying to do objectives and stop you from completing yours, all while managing your character's leveling, map vision, cooldowns, an RTS MOBA hybrid. The coolest part was that besides choosing a pilot for each mech, and there were many to choose from, you could completely change and alter their looks and loadouts. There were countless options. I ended up going with like a super tank with a giant hammer and a long-range healer and a DPS that was like really up close in your face. I loved every minute of customizing these characters and these robots. You can do all sorts of synergies, I imagine. And what I think is even cooler is the metagame in that, which is, do you go tank, healer, DPS, or maybe 2 tanks and a healer, or 3 DPS? Who knows? There's a ton of potential for this game. It has esports written all over it. I think it's free to play, I believe. And I can't wait to see what happens with it as they start getting this thing rolling down the line. So Dropzone, look for that. It was a ton of fun to play. And last, but certainly not least, was Gwent. I got to go play the new Witcher Gwent standalone card game. Essentially, it's a more flushed out version of the Gwent we know and love, but it's still Gwent at heart. You can see from the board, it's just a more fancied up version of it. They've changed enough to make it not what it is in its current state, which is you play your heroes and your spies and you try to outmaneuver the guy with those types of cards. Now, most of the cards have been reworked. They still have the same basic premise, like you have spies, but the spies now, for instance, might be you get 2 cards, but your enemy gets 1 card. Or you get 2 cards, but you can only see 1 card, so you have to decide which one to pick. Or things like that. There are new cards that were added. There's a card called Roach, which I love, which is essentially just your horse. And whenever you play a hero card, he appears and joins you. Whether he's in your hand or already in the discard pile, he'll always come back, which is an awesome card to have. It's a +4 no matter what you do. And if you have heroes, it's fantastic. What else is important to know about this? They have done a lot to make it more balanced and to make all the different factions have something special about them. You can change leaders in your factions. You can do pretty much everything you could do in normal Gwent, but they've just made it better, really. I mean, that's the basic gist of it. I think the thing that is really important, that is the thing that I'm looking forward to, is that there's a single-player mode. And the single-player story mode is a 10+ hour campaign. Now, you may say, a 10+ hour campaign, that's amazing. They're doing multiples of them. They are fully voice acted. They have an overworld map where you can move around and go different places, and each card battle is a battle with the leader of a faction. So let's say you find a bandit camp. You're card battling the bandit leader, and everyone in there is a member of his army or entourage or whatever. And then he can probably play himself and join the battle if he wants. That kind of stuff. It's super cool. The story stuff we got to see, I was like, shut up. It's exactly what I've always wanted. You know, Hearthstone, you know how they do those, like, we're going to Nax Ramus packs or whatever. Those are fun, and that's literally the only time I play Hearthstone. The fact that now there is a card game with a giant-ass story, multiple giant-ass stories, shut up and take all my money. I can't wait. I wish I had footage to show you of the actual game, but you know CDP, they're like, we'll show footage when it's good and ready, and it's wonderful. So until then, all we have are these screenshots, but I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be damn awesome. Anyway, that's it for E3. I'm done with these wrap-ups, but we'll be back to video soon. Thank you so much for watching and sitting through this week while I was off playing games and testing out stuff. And as always, to be continued.
UFO Commander, we are the future. We're gonna take you to the future. Then we're gonna get to the future, where everyone talks like they're from the future. UFO Commander, we are the future. We're gonna take you to the future. Then we're gonna get to the future, where everyone talks like they're from the future. Hello there, old spore. Me just got the number one out of the plan. The bee's knees, the tip-top shape, I'm swell shape, and I can make a fortune for my ass for more. Shut the balls up! UFO Commander, we are the future. We're gonna take you to the future. Then we're gonna get to the future, where everyone talks like they're from. Shut the balls up! UFO Commander, we are the future. We're gonna take you to the future. Then we're gonna get to the future, where everyone talks like they're from. Shut the balls up! Give me that! No!